She's soared through skies above seas of gaping mouths and saucer eyes for decades, but now it's official. The days of the last flying Vulcan in the world are numbered. Just days after celebrating her 55th birthday, following her maiden flight on May the 25th, 1960, the Vulcan to the Sky team, who restored the aircraft in 2007, have announced that this is to be her last flying season.
The Vulcan's been here before. In 2012, Vulcan to the Sky, the charity that look after the aircraft, announced that 2013 was to be her final appearance. But after a huge surge in fundraising from her massive fan club, her wings were strengthened and she lived to fly another sortie. This time, however, the team say these really are her final days.
Sadly, and we're all very sad about this, the aircraft is what's known as a safe life design. She has a certain amount of flying that she can do, and when you come to the end of that, you have to stop, and that's what we're coming to the end of at the end of this year. The other factor which is important is that the people who have to support the flying of the aircraft are losing the skills that we require, and again that's a factor which has gone into the decision to stop flying at the end of this year. It's something we've known about ever since we started. We knew we would get to this point, but sadly this is the last season.
The Vulcan was designed to carry Britain's first production atomic bomb, codenamed the Blue Danube, and they played a crucial role in both the Cold War and the Falklands. This particular Vulcan, the XH-558, was built in Woodford near Manchester before flying her delivery flight, painted tip to tail in flash white, down to RAF Waddington near Lincoln. She was also the last Vulcan to leave RAF service in 1993. Since her award-winning restoration in 2007, the Vulcan has performed to over 10 million spectators at over 60 locations. Through school visits and educational projects, she's also helped to inspire a whole new generation of engineers and aviators.
Well, I'll be sad. Yes, I'll miss it. But I think we just have to be grateful for what we have seen, the pleasure it's brought to so many people, including the pilots. And so that rather than just get morbid this year to say it's the last season.
When that final flight does come, how are you going to feel?
It's something I've thought about for some time now. We knew we would have to stop at some stage. I think it's going to be a difficult day, and it's going to be a difficult day for lots of people. But it'll also be a proud day. It's one of my favourite comments was from Dr. Seuss, who said, "Don't cry because it stopped, smile because it's happened."
The mood is sombre. No one wants to see the old lady retired, but they do at least have a spectacular swan song scheduled for 2015.
We've got a responsibility to show the aircraft up to the public who's paid for her flying, and we plan to go around the country, as much exposure as possible. It will be our longest flying season ever. My plea is to everybody, if you want to see a Vulcan flying, then this is the year to do that, to see her flying, because she'll be gone after this. After she's landed for the last time, we will keep her as a live running aircraft, able to taxi her on her own power, just not flying. But she will become the centrepiece of an exciting new facility which is aimed at inspiring the young in engineering, technology and aviation. And it's something I think will be a fitting legacy for her.
There are a few sad faces as we're treated to a preview of the spectacular 2015 display. But at least there are plans in place to ensure this lady keeps wowing young minds, even if it must be from the comfort of the runway and her cosy hangar. Hannah King, Forces News in Doncaster.